Hey everyone, and welcome back. Now today we're going to be talking about XRP because we've seen some ridiculous moves out of XRP, up almost 400% like the past month. So really crazy things coming out of that. I did want to talk a little bit more about what this could mean. Is this legit? Is this maybe like things have gotten a little overblown at this point? Where are we at? So we're going to go into all of this, talk about it. Plus we also have a little bit of news. It's interesting because it follows very similarly to a video I released yesterday. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video as well. But starting out, I want to take a look at crypto bubbles. We can see XRP up 9% on the day. I mean, it just keeps running. I mean, overall, very green day for the market overall. But what we can see is, a lot of the majors continuing to run up still. We have seen Solana and Bitcoin start to wobble a little bit. Ethereum's doing really well. I think the Ethereum ecosystem is kind of starting to play catch up to what we've kind of already seen out of Bitcoin and Solana, at least so far. So, I mean, overall, everything is looking pretty good. The market seems to be in a very great place, but it's I'm starting to wonder if we're starting to see maybe things get a little bit too overheated. And we're going to look at that here in a second. But what we can see, looking at crypto prices for the day, XRP now the 5th largest crypto in terms of market cap, only behind Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and then Tether. So if we're removing stablecoins, 4th largest in the space. Massive run that we've seen. It just flipped BNB within the past day or two, I want to say. So I mean, things looking really good for XRP. And if we look closer into the chart, we can see exactly that. Now we can see, this is essentially starting it towards the end of April of this year. And we can see, little moves here and there, all this type of stuff, but not really until after the US election that we've seen XRP really just run an insane amount from basically about 50 cents up to almost $2. So like I said at the beginning of the video, we've seen almost a 400% run in the span of a month, which is kind of crazy. I think there's a little bit of maybe things are getting a little overblown here. One, we can see this on the RSI. We're sitting up at 90. 70 is usually overbought. And so we are very far above overbought at this point in time. We can see, kind of some recent highs. We haven't seen highs like this, I think, in about 3 or 4 years. And then if we're to look further up, these are kind of all-time highs that we've seen back at $3. So I think there is a possibility that maybe we get there. However, I am wondering how long this run is going to last, because obviously we've seen a ridiculous run to the upside. I mean, things obviously, there's good news coming out of the XRP camp. We're getting a lot of really positive and encouraging developments from there. But at least in my opinion, not this positive and not this encouraging. I do think a lot of this is mainly because of the U.S. regulatory environment. XRP, Cardano, Coinbase, a lot of these I would say flagship crypto, American crypto companies, I think have a lot of reason to be very happy because the prior administration, or I guess even still the current administration, has been very hostile to crypto just generally. And so there could be the argument made that the price was being kind of held down and maybe fair value is $1 and price was being depressed 50% because of the hostile administration. And now we're maybe on the other side of it, where prices may be a little bit over optimistic from really realistically what it should be. And so that, I think that's kind of what we're seeing here. I don't think this has really anything to do with the value accrual or any sort of fundamental change within XRP itself. I think a lot of it is just, maybe some reaction to getting a more friendly administration in, and then maybe also a little bit on top of that, an overreaction. And so that's kind of what we're seeing right now. As we can see, I mean, it keeps pushing the tops of the Bollinger Bands here. We did see a little bit of a cool off here at this $1.40 range. So, that gave us a little bit of time for RSI to recover, but I mean, not enough. I mean, we're still kind of continuing a major move to the upside here. We can see Bollinger Bands are massively split. I mean, we're seeing the bottom of the Bollinger Band down at all the way at 50 cents, midpoint at about $1.20, and then high point at $1.92, basically right on the edge of where we are now. So I do think it's, especially with price and now volume being where it is, I think there's going to be, and even RSI, I think there's going to be a little bit of a pullback. What we can see is, prior to, we could see massive amounts of XRP trading, but as we've continued to kind of rocket to the upside, volume's gone down, right? And so that to me kind of signals in a sense that maybe this price is not looking too good, particularly for more sophisticated investors, institutions, things like that. This could be, a lot of retail getting in here. If I had to guess, that would probably be my main guess, just because XRP does have a ridiculously strong retail investment community. So I think there's probably a little bit of that. This honestly, the drop in volume here is actually quite surprising to me. I would have never expected to see something like this while price does this. But I think that, at least in my opinion, shows some potential concerning signs that larger investors, institutions, things like that really aren't super interested in trading on this type of run up. So I think we are going to be looking to see some level of pullback, and then we might see volume come up as some of these larger players get involved here. But now, if you are interested in trading XRP, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum, any of those types of things, please feel free to use my BTCC link in the description below. They are doing a 10% bonus on first time deposits. This is only for the next couple of days, so if this is something you are wanting to get in on, I would say definitely take advantage of it now, because I'm not sure if this will be something that they continue doing in future months. And so the 10% bonus on first time deposits really is a fantastic deal. If you were to deposit, let's say, $5,000, you would essentially get $500 for free that you can go and invest and do whatever you want with. And if you're going to be trading and investing anyway, might as well get the free money, if you ask me. So this is all in addition to the up to $10,055 per user in new bonuses for people. So there is that. BTCC has been around for 13 years, so very likely they've been in crypto longer than probably most of us. And then also 300 plus crypto futures, up to 500x leverage. Again, I would not recommend trading 500x leverage, but if that's something you like to do, you're welcome to. And then also no VPN or KYC necessary. So honestly, really, really good deal. Like I said, if you are interested in trading XRP, I would say this is a fantastic way to get started. BTCC is really great. Obviously they allow you to trade leverage, but they also allow you just to trade spot normally if you would like. And they also actually have tokenized stocks and commodities, which I do think is pretty entertaining and honestly really cool if you're trying to get some exposure to maybe some more of the US equities market and not just purely crypto, but you want to stay within the crypto ecosystem. So like I said, check the link in the description below if you are interested. Now, next I want to take a look at this video on X, because this is essentially somebody talking about something very similar to what we talked about yesterday in regards to ICP, Cardano, TAP, some of these. It looks like XRP is trying to get in on the action here. Now, this is why I'm saying that this is the secret super cycle that nobody's talking about, because everybody sitting at the top of these companies is talking about it, but no YouTubers, no influencers, no retail, nobody's talking really about this other thing that's coming. And this is essentially interoperability with Bitcoin. This, at least from the people who are kind of sitting at the top of things and making all of these decisions and running companies and all that type of stuff, this is what they're thinking about. So anyway, let's go ahead, tune in, watch this, and then we can come back after that.
A new global payment system. So let me show you briefly what that looks like. Here I have two wallets. You'll notice in this first wallet that I've got a number of different currencies. Again, Ripple is multi-currency. Notice that I've also got Bitcoin in my Ripple wallet. Again, Ripple is multi-currency and it's interoperable to Bitcoin. So you can use your Ripple wallet, you can use the Ripple network to also send Bitcoins. So again, I'll send my friend this time a payment in Bitcoin. I'll choose a small amount because Bitcoins are expensive. And it's going to calculate paths. And as you can see, I've got a number of currencies I can send. I'm going to go ahead and send Bitcoin. My friend will receive Bitcoin. Confirm that transaction. System's going through a process of consensus. Once again, reached consensus. So what I just did basically is I sent Bitcoin off the Bitcoin blockchain. So instead of waiting 10 minutes that you must in the Bitcoin paradigm, I sent Bitcoins instantly.
All right, so as we can see, this is something that even XRP is talking about. Yesterday we were talking about how Cardano is looking at this. We also talked about how ICP has been doing this for years. We've been talking about how TAP, which is more of like a Bitcoin native solution, they're looking at doing this. So many people are essentially trying to figure out how to make Bitcoin more interoperable and essentially plummet right into their ecosystem, because as we all know, Bitcoin is the 800-pound gorilla in the room. Everybody loves Bitcoin, everybody recognizes Bitcoin, people want to hold Bitcoin. Even in some of these more crypto native chats that I'm involved in on Discord and Telegram and all this type of stuff, people will talk about essentially making their trades in and out of Bitcoin. For me, example, when I do my trading, my collateral is Bitcoin because I want to trade in and out of Bitcoin. So people who are in the crypto space love Bitcoin and they want to be holding Bitcoin, at least in some capacity, maybe not completely, but at least in some capacity. And so I think what a lot of these companies, in my opinion, have correctly identified is that you need to essentially unlock Bitcoin within your ecosystem. And if you can use your ecosystem to unlock Bitcoin to be able to do a lot of this other cool stuff, lending, staking, I don't know, all this other like various like complex financial things, earning interest, I don't know, all this like random stuff that you can do, like being able to like use Bitcoin as like as kind of like a foundation or like a cornerstone of that is going to be massively profitable and valuable for whoever figures that out. And so that's kind of what I'm looking at with XRP. Obviously, it looks like they're, kind of trying to figure that out. If they do figure it out, I mean, I think whoever can figure that out has a very realistic chance of flipping Ethereum, if you ask me. Obviously, there's a lot of people working on it, and so from here, we'll have to see who is kind of the one that figures it out. But a lot of really interesting things going on in the ecosystem right now. Obviously, XRP's been unstoppable, and so things are looking really good from their perspective as well. So hopefully you found the information in this video useful. If you did, please do give me a like and subscribe, because it really does help me out getting in the YouTube algorithm and all this other type of stuff. So if you would do that, I'd super appreciate it. Also, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, please feel free to drop those in the comment section below. I do try to read and respond to all of those, so that'd be a great way to do it. And then also, I have that link to BTCC in the description below if that's something you're wanting to do as well. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.